Greetings, fellow fans. In today's video, I bring you a lot of updates, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Intense speculation surrounds the upcoming NFL Draft as we are now just 2 days away from the 2025 event. Reports indicate that there are ongoing inquiries regarding the second and third overall picks. Previous information suggests that discussions are taking place with the intention of trading up. Several sources have noted that many teams are eager to move up the draft order, potentially targeting players like Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, or Ashton Gentry. Both the team holding the second pick and the one with the third appear open to trade offers. The second pick becomes particularly intriguing if a compelling proposal is made. From a specific team's perspective, it seems unlikely that Gentry would be selected in the top 3. Especially considering that another franchise has expressed its intention to keep the first overall pick, hinting at a predetermined target. This raises the question, would Ashton Gentry really be chosen before Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, regardless of whether the team moving up is the one currently in play or another? That seems hard to justify. Even if a team values a running back over a player like Hunter due to positional needs, if a trade were to occur for the second or third pick, they would most likely opt for Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter instead of Gentry. Amid the buzz about potential trades, there are signs that the first round could feature a few unexpected twists. Observations suggest that negotiations may be in motion, though it's unclear whether they concern the second or third selection. The fifth pick, owned by Jacksonville, might offer a more appealing opportunity. Still, there's also a possibility that teams believe a player like Abdul Carter could drastically improve their defensive line and turn it into a dominant unit. The situation is undeniably intriguing and will be closely monitored. It's plausible that a trade is being considered, though movement to the second or third pick remains uncertain. Jacksonville's fifth pick may be the ideal scenario, but there's always the chance that teams view Abdul Carter as a player who can elevate the defensive line to elite status. It would certainly be surprising if one of these teams passed on a top-tier talent, but if a strong offer is made, anything can happen. That's why it's crucial to stay tuned, as all the key draft narratives are unfolding with just 2 days left. Draft analysis will continue throughout the week, and we're aiming to quickly reach 121,000 subscribers. Thank you all for the continued support. Subscribing is easy. Just click the button. Now, let's dive into what it would take to move up to the second or third overall pick. This year's draft value chart, which you can easily find online, provides a helpful framework. According to Draft Tech, the second pick is valued at 717 points using a scale that varies by team. The third pick holds a value of 514 points, which might be somewhat misleading, as both selections appear to be of similar worth. With Cam Ward projected to go first, along with Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, these players belong to a unique talent tier. As such, both picks likely have comparable value, and the gap isn't as large as 200 points. Each draft pick contributes to the overall assessment, with the most valuable pick worth 369 points and the final selection valued at just 1, totaling 751 points. It's worth noting that these values are approximate and subjective, as every draft is shaped by the perceived talent available. Generally speaking, if a team considers trading down, they're likely hoping to receive a future first-round pick as part of the return. This stems from the need for a quarterback and the inability to secure Cam Ward. If a team decides to move off their current position, the proposal would need to be compelling, potentially involving next year's first-rounder to improve their chances of drafting a quarterback down the line. Let's now consider what a realistic trade scenario might look like based on this value system. For example, a team could move up to the second pick by packaging picks 10 and 41, along with a future first-rounder. Without that 2026 first-rounder, it's unlikely any trade would be accepted. Alternatively, moving just one spot down might involve acquiring the 99th pick in return, a late third-rounder. So, climbing from the 10th pick into the top 3 would require a strong offer, but the reward is a chance to select one of the draft's elite talents. There are some who believe a player other than the top prospects might be selected regardless of the team involved, but I've always had concerns about giving up a future first-round pick. One of the teams in question underperformed last season due to coaching and leadership issues following a key game. They finished with just 5 wins, though many believe they were better than their record. If you're thinking about trading away next year's first-rounder, you need to be confident your roster is ready to compete now. The player you're targeting must make an immediate impact, not just provide marginal improvement. You have to believe you're a playoff-caliber team this year, because if you end up with only 7 wins again, you'll be forfeiting a likely top 10 pick. That's why I'm hesitant. I believe this team can be competitive, but we need to see how things unfold. I'm not ready to be overly aggressive with the future still uncertain. If you're a strong team, trading a future first-rounder for a top prospect is justifiable. But even with a new coaching staff and a promising quarterback, success is not guaranteed. That's why I remain cautious. On the other hand, moving up to the 5th pick might only require one of 2 second-rounders this year, which is a much more manageable risk. That would be a sound decision for a team in position to do so. Would you be willing to trade a future first-round pick to move into the top 3? Type Y for yes, N for no. Personally, I probably wouldn't. It would be exciting to land one of the top prospects on draft night, but the risk is high. I'm not sure I'd have the conviction to make that leap based on the team's recent performance. Also, there's an app that helps you identify and cancel unwanted subscriptions, track your spending, and manage bills, ultimately helping you save more. It's easy to overlook expenses, daily habits, and recurring subscriptions can pile up fast. This app helps you recognize those patterns so you can better manage your finances. You can set budgets, and it will send you weekly alerts like, hey, you're over budget here, or you're doing great staying under your monthly limit. This is crucial, especially if you're like many who have a mortgage, are raising a small child, and still trying to build a college fund. Choosing where to allocate your money wisely is essential. This app excels at helping manage your budget. It already has over 5 million users who've saved a significant amount, up to $740 a year, just by canceling unnecessary subscriptions and using its full suite of tools. Now, let's shift our attention back to the draft and analyze 3 players. We've already covered one of the prospects in detail, and we'll return to that soon. But we haven't yet discussed the other 2 much, largely because this team isn't ideally positioned to draft them. However, in a hypothetical scenario where they trade up to the 2nd or 3rd pick, we should talk about the 2 most outstanding prospects in this class. Let's start with one of them, who is arguably one of the most unique prospects I've ever seen. A true two-way player. As a wide receiver last year, his catch rate was incredibly high, about 80% with 96 receptions on 121 targets. That's impressive. He has soft hands, is a great route runner, elusive, and effective after the catch. Honestly, there are no real weaknesses in his game. He's a bit lean, around 188 to 190 pounds. As a receiver, he might face challenges against physical cornerbacks at the line of scrimmage, but he's incredibly versatile. He can play all 3 receiver spots, which is a major asset. On defense, he's a highly instinctive player. Though his frame is a bit slender, going up against a big, physical receiver could present challenges. Still, his instincts, especially in zone coverage, are elite. He can read and react, and he has the speed to recover when needed, which, as we know, is essential in high-pressure situations. He's truly special, a highly talented athlete. At the start of this college football season, I thought he might need to commit to one side of the ball because he could be elite at either. Now, will he play 80% of snaps on both sides? Probably not. You might expect him to play 80 to 90% on one side and maybe half the snaps on the other. For this specific team, the key consideration would be whether they view him as an immediate starting cornerback or if, after a trade for someone else, he'd serve as the second outside corner with specialized defensive packages. That's a fascinating possibility. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Josh Jacobs, one of the standout running backs in the NFL, recently made waves in the football world by making it clear that he would never play for the Chicago Bears. The Las Vegas Raiders star, who has been a pivotal figure in their offense, drew attention with his bold statement, sending a strong message to both fans and the Bears organization. JACOBS, who has been in the league since 2019, has built a reputation as one of the most consistent and powerful running backs in the NFL. His 2022 season was a career year, leading the league in rushing yards with over 1,600 yards and scoring a total of 12 touchdowns. His decision to speak out about the Bears comes as the franchise is looking to rebuild after a series of underwhelming seasons. Chicago has made significant moves in the offseason, including trading for star quarterback Justin Fields and investing heavily in upgrading their roster. Despite this, JACOBS' comments indicate that the Bears might not be the ideal destination for every player, especially one of his caliber. When asked about the possibility of joining the Bears in the future, JACOBS did not mince words. "I would never play for the Bears," he said, making it clear that he has no interest in joining a team that has struggled to find its footing in recent years. The running back's comments have sparked plenty of debate among fans and analysts, with some questioning whether his stance is a reflection of the Bears' organizational struggles or simply a personal choice. JACOBS' words also highlight the increasing importance of a player's individual preferences in the NFL, especially when it comes to choosing a team that fits their playing style and career goals. In recent years, many star players have made it known that they want to be part of winning franchises, and JACOBS seems to be no different. His desire to play for a team that has playoff aspirations and a stable future is evident in his statement. It's clear that JACOBS has no interest in a rebuild, preferring instead to stay with a team that gives him the best opportunity to succeed. The Bears, who have been stuck in a rebuilding phase for years, may not be the most attractive destination for established stars like JACOBS. While they have made strides in their efforts to retool the roster, the team's lack of recent success and consistent playoff contention likely plays a significant role in players' decisions. JACOBS' comments serve as a reminder that in the NFL, not all teams are seen equally, and the allure of playing for a competitive, championship-contending squad remains a top priority for many elite players. As the season progresses, it remains to be seen whether JACOBS' declaration will have any long-term impact on his relationship with the Raiders or whether it will influence other players' perceptions of the Bears. One thing is for certain, though, JACOBS' statement has certainly turned heads and added another layer to the ongoing discussion about the future of the Bears and their place in the NFL's competitive landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.